Mission Impossible Fallout is the latest installment of the Tom Cruise Tries to Kill Himself franchise, about spy Ethan Hunt getting himself into wacky stunt work shenanigans. Let's hope he saves the day at the end. Now, I've seen every movie in this franchise, all the way through, yet I always forget what happens in them, apart from a few specific scenes. Like, I remember seeing the previous one in the theater when it came out, and the only scenes I remember from it are the Opera House scene, the part where he's hanging off an airplane, and the part where he's submerged underwater. Anything else I just do not remember. If I had to remember my thoughts on any of them, the first two were dull and dumb, and the other three had some level of entertainment value to them. With such high standards to meet, how exactly does Part 6 stack up in comparison? For all intents and purposes, it might actually be the best. The most surprising thing about the plot is how much it carries over from the previous film. Yes, I know, it's weird for a sequel to reference events from the last movie. But like, aside from some minor things like his wife, these all feel kind of standalone-ish, so it took me a little off guard that the villain from the last film is both still alive and a major plot point in this one. Like, I completely forgot about him until now. The storyline here, it's typical spy mission. Gotta get the plutonium back from the terrorists, or else they'll power the DeLorean, or else they'll blow up the whole woild. But in order to do this, Ethan Cruise has to team up with unshaven Superman. And yeah, this is the movie that legally barred Henry Cavill from shaving. Give a special thanks to all those probably underpaid visual effect artists who had to digitally delete this mess. But honestly, the story in any of these films have always been pretty secondary to the set pieces and the spectacle. And man, does this film deliver on that front. Like, you have this fight scene in a bathroom, one in a crowded party area, a motorcycle chase, jumping off an airplane, dangling off a helicopter, you know, all this insane stunt work that's just immensely satisfying to watch. And it's not all green screen and computers, like Tom Cruise actually did most of this shit, and he got injured too.
Because I broke my ankle, we had to shut down, but we're
Well,
about
now,
6 weeks away.
The ankle. This is the. Yeah. So, are you fully recovered? Are you well?
It's still broken, but I'm doing well.
No, you're kidding. Is it still broken?
Yeah, I mean, it's not fully healed, but we're shooting.
So this is, you see the speed and the momentum of the run. And it's in London. There we go.
So it's keeping me up.
Okay, so here he goes. Look at that. Whoa, and whoa. So this is from the side. Here we go.
We shot it with 3 cameras.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
here he goes, and boom! Now we've got a camera which focuses on the foot. Now, if you are squeamish, don't watch this. So he jumps, that speed, that momentum. Here we go.
Look at...
And now watch that. Watch this.
You really gotta hand it to him. The guy's 56 and he's willing to die for our entertainment. Now, admittedly, as rad as that stuff is, the movie does feel sort of slow at parts. Mostly in the first 2 acts whenever there are any interrogations or people are talking to each other and not doing action-y things. These movies are kind of like cake. Very undercooked cake, but that frosty, man. The other actors are all fine and good. Henry Cavill's actually pretty fun as just this asshole guy. Now that I think about it, he doesn't act that much differently from Superman. And this also had a really fun, entertaining climax. Like, again, I can't even remember the endings of the other 5 films, but this one feels like there's stakes, there's like a ticking clock mentality, and like, again, some really insane stunt work involving helicopters and stuff. Like, I had a blast. That was a good note to end off on. So yeah, overall I'd say I like the movie. Like, sure, I space out during dialogue scenes, but the action is more than enough to make it worth watching. This might even be the least forgettable out of the whole franchise, but who knows in about 5 months. I'd say check it out on the big screen, and I'd give it a definite 6 out of 10.